What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason and Joe here. Another day, another list, looking at another top albums of 2023. Another big publication, Pitchfork, probably the biggest indie type of centric rag. It's not even a rag, it's an online magazine. Yeah, we're gonna check that out and see what they got. It's a top 50, I believe. Andre 3000. Did you listen to that?
I didn't, and I don't know if I plan to. And his inclusion, I think it's the second time we've seen him on one of these year-end lists. It's got to be like the best flute album of all time if it keeps popping up. So maybe I'll take a listen, I guess. I wasn't going to, but now it's appearing on these lists, so I guess I have to.
Sweeping Promises making a lot of lists this year.
Didn't hear that one. Never even heard of Pure Link.
Your link is ambient, I believe. Pretty ambient heavy. It seems like it's going to be. We got Andre
Yeah.
and Pure Link.
Or they're just throwing the weird stuff at the end of the list, like everybody seems to. It's like, oh yeah, we're cool. We put some ambient stuff on here. And then it's like, all right, no more ambient. Let's get to the real stuff.
Paranol.
It's a popular one around the Discord, RYM kind of type music. I liked it. Thought it was pretty good.
There's some cool stuff about it, but I didn't really like the whole experience listening. Didn't really like the sound of it that much. Very, very compressed and loud, noisy. Don't know that.
Oh,
Two
gotta get
molds.
the one metal album on your list, Pitchfork. Apparently, Two Mold is the metal album of the year.
Jess Williamson, kind of
I don't
in
know if
my
I listen.
wheelhouse, but not one of my favorite in that sort of realm. It's a good. I think I have it at 3.5.
Kaliukas saw her on a couple. Youth Lagoon.
Youth Lagoon's
That's
been showing up on a few lists, and I haven't listened to it in a while. It needs a revisit before I decide exactly where it goes. But I liked it a lot. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It could actually rise. I think. I feel like.
I hate his voice, so it's in the bottom 7 for me on the year. Sexy Red, a little controversy around her. Anthony Fantano really liked her album. I'm not gonna listen to it. Ryuichi Sakamoto's last album, Yellow Magic Orchestra. I think it's another ambient one though, so it's not my favorite.
Don't know what this is. Avant-garde R&B.
I heard some good things about that one, and it seems like something I need to listen to, but I have not gotten around to that. That's Stupid Yellow Tango album.
Did you hear this? I feel like this should maybe go on my to-do list. Seems interesting.
No, I've never even heard of that one.
I
I
haven't
believe
heard it, so I don't exactly know, but it's kind of it's like an old guy. It's like a 70-year-old guy.
Michael Stipe's on that one.
Yeah.
Got some weird, like big name guest stars.
Might check that out. We'll see.
I don't know. I've never heard of that one. There's some. I'll give credit to Pitchfork. Most of these albums I've never even heard of, so they're doing a good job of finding the weird outliers.
I
It's
feel
not a
like I feel like in the last year or two they've leaned way more heavily into experimental and ambient stuff, especially the ambient stuff. Though, like it seems like half of their reviews are ambient albums.
yeah.
I don't know
I'm still
really.
gonna have Boy Genius in the top 3 though.
Jenna Sternberg mentioned that in the Rolling Stone reaction. I think that will place pretty highly for me.
Model actress. I think that was on the Rolling Stone list.
Yeah.
It's a it's a cool album. I don't know if I love it, but it's interesting.
I saw this album cover probably 100 times before I realized there was like a plastered dick in the middle of it.
Ice Spice. That's an EP. That's cheating.
Eve's Tumors, I think, been on
Yeah.
every list that we've reacted to so far.
Mhm.
Evelyn Emerson.
Two more things I've never heard of.
Jamie Branch, I think, is jazz.
Yeah, it's another goddamn water from your eyes again. This is a weird ass list, I gotta say. They're really trying to get some of that, indie underground credibility back, I think, with this one. Okay, so now we're back into like, okay, we got the weird stuff. Now it's gonna be solid, everything you already know and is on every other list. Mitski, Jesse Ware, Julie Byrne, I don't know, Mandy Indiana. I think we both like the Kara Jackson.
Yep.
100 Gex has been on every list.
Well as was
Oh,
not on. Was
what
not
is
on
you?
an enemy. That was on Rolling Stone though.
Mm-hmm.
Boy Genius only 16.
Easy again.
Olivia Rodrigo only 14. So some things that we've been seeing in the top 10 and top 5 outside of their top 10.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. No name. Seen that one show up a bunch on people's lists.
Lorraine.
Rain. That's one of my faves. Lana, of course.
Yule. I don't think was on either of the lists we look at, but I have been seeing that on a ton of lists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not familiar. That's one I have to listen to before the end of the year.
Noni, you said you weren't a fan. I dig it. I don't think it'll play super highly for me, but I think it's a good record.
There's another one I just don't like their vocals.
Fever Ray.
Okay. Mm. 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 Damn Amaray.
Sufjan. Again. Nourished by Time.
Heard good things about that one, but I don't really know what it is. I think it's a rap album.
I think it's like an experimental R&B type of thing though. I don't know how rap or hip hop centric it is. I think it's more R&B.
Okay, I might have to listen to it then.
Wednesday, one of my
Wednesday. There's
faves.
Billy Woods. There's Caroline.
I spoiled it. I saw it.
You did.
Did you see it?
I did. I think somebody already told me that again, and I can only assume that Enemy didn't have this one because they had it correctly on last year's list. But I don't know that for sure. I might have to go back and look. But I I don't think they would exclude an album like SZA's SOS from their top 50, even those wacky Brits.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that what I've heard of this album would deem it the best of the past 13 months.
I mean, I like it. I didn't love it. I think it only ended up at like 4 stars and like a low 4 stars for me last year. Kill Bill, I thought was a great song, but
So far we've seen Rolling Stone, Enemy, and Pitchfork. Which one, if you had to take a list?
like I don't know. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, I guess. I mean, Rolling Stone was a top 100, but I don't think their top 50 was that great. I don't know. They're all kind of exactly the same, to be honest. There's very few. I mean, Pitchfork has a bunch of ambient stuff, so I'm not picking that. It would have to be Enemy, probably.
I think Enemy, a little bit more rock centric.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I would go with.
Yeah, but I really wouldn't go with any of them. And I mean, if we compare top 50s at the end of the year, I don't know. I'd probably have like 10 albums maybe on Pitchforks, 5 or 10, maybe like
I don't
10
think
at
I'd
most
even
on
have.
Enemy.
I don't think I would even have 10. Let me quick scroll. I would say of the Pitchfork top 50, probably 3 or 4 will make my top 50.
I might have a little bit more than that, but a lot of the ones that made their list are like between 30 and 50 and no chance of really moving up. Stuff that I liked and thought was cool, but really didn't love or have any like super strong feelings for.
All right. Let us know what you think of the Pitchfork list. Again, drop your favorite albums of the year. Let us know what we need to hit before we finalize our own lists. Stay tuned to the channel, so make sure you hit the like, subscribe, bell, all that stuff, so that when our lists drop, you are the first to catch it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.